everyone, and welcome to our press conference for the 2018 Lucas Oil Challenge Cup Elimination Round 1. Here today with our winner, Ish Monroe. Ish, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, it was a hard-fought battle out there, long day. How does it feel to be here sitting in the winner's seat?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, this is a place that you want to be, Even though it is the first round, you still want to win every single round that you get into because it gives you confidence building into each individual round, and then hopefully at the finals you win that too.
Ish, there was a bit of a storm last night, and the rain that fell and then the cooler temperatures, the cold front. How do you think it affected the fishing?
I think anytime you get post-front conditions, it definitely changes the fish's mood. There was a lot more wind out there today than there probably has been in the last few days. I know when we got here yesterday, it was nice. It was high 80s, and we wake up this morning and it's in the low 60s, and it pretty much, I don't even think it got over 75 today. I wore a sweatshirt all day long, and when you're in those post-front conditions, fish don't really want to bite.
Yes, you mentioned the wind. Did the wind affect your technique today, the techniques that you used today?
I think it helped. It definitely got the fish up and moving, but they took a while. As you can see, you look at that first period, and there weren't a lot of fish being caught. And then as the day got further and further and further, and by the end of the day, once the front is actually pushed all the way through, people were catching them. And they were really catching them.
This, you're known as a frogging guy. Did that frog get much action today?
Frog got zero play today. In post-front conditions, you don't break out the frog. It'll kill you, and it's done that to me way too many times. And so I kind of went a little old school today and picked up a swimming worm, and basically it's called a crawl father that has kind of kicking legs like a swimming worm, and kind of swam it through a lot of the wood and actually flipped it, and allowed me to cover a lot more water.
You had one stretch in the second period where you caught 4 fish in like 13 minutes or maybe 15 minutes for almost 7 pounds. So that turned out to be kind of like the difference maker. What happened exactly in that small little window that caused that kind of bite?
I put every fish in the boat. It started out this morning. I lost a really big fish. Definitely the biggest fish of the day, due to a light mechanical failure on my part of not checking my drag. I think I hit the drag, and he was fighting, and he came off, and then I missed some fish, and it's just I was a little rusty today, and so I say that 7 minutes was the rust seemed to wear off, and every fish actually ended up in the boat because I was getting several bites throughout the day that just wasn't putting them all in the boat.
So today there's a lot of back and forth in the leaderboard of who was actually in first place. Jeff Crete was up there for a while. You were obviously there, then not there. Skeet Reese made a run for it there at the end. How do you kind of handle that, especially when you're sitting in the lead and those score tracker updates, knowing that, I've only got 5 minutes, I've got 10 minutes, hoping that there's not going to be another fish catch that could affect you and your place?
Well, initially my primary focus was just making it to the next round because, the whole goal is, you want to win, but making it to the next round is the most important thing because you don't have a shot at winning the overall deal if you're not making it to the next round. So I was really thinking about that, and then all of a sudden I'm in the lead, and it's just like, dang. And then all of a sudden it's like, we got an hour to go. That hour seems like it was 3 hours. And then all of a sudden it's 30 minutes to go. That 30 minutes seems like it was forever. And then all of a sudden now we're down to the last 10 minutes, and all of a sudden Skeet's still catching them. And I'm like, God, it's 10 minutes. How many more fish is this guy going to catch? And so that's when I actually got a little freaked out about it. I was comfortable with the fact that I made the next round, but at the same time, I wanted to win. And so I got a little freaked out at the end.
Ish, none of the pros, the MLF pros, have any experience in this part of the Mississippi Delta. How does that affect the game overall?
I think it's great. I love fishing new venues. For me, coming to an area that nobody has any experience in, it allows me to kind of, I say, shine. And I love fishing with a clear head. And anytime we go to a place, when we went to Chautauqua for the first time, never been there, and I fared well there. We went down in Florida, and I did well down there. I just love going to places that we haven't been to. And some guys seem to, in their mind, they plays games with them because they have no experience. They don't know what to pick up. They don't know what to throw. And I like to keep it basic and simple, and that's kind of what I did today, and it paid off.
Yes, you fished every cup event since the beginning of Major League Fishing. You've fished elimination rounds, sudden death rounds, championship rounds. You're moving from elimination round to sudden death round. Does that sudden death round change your thinking, your approach to how you're gonna approach the day in a sudden death round?
Well, I think I approach every tournament the exact same way as I want to win. You know, I don't come out here to just have an average or a good finish. I'm that guy that I'm always trying to win the event. People say it's called swinging for the fences. I hate that term. I'd rather call it fishing to win, and that's what I like to do.
Looking forward to your sudden death round. What changes are you gonna make to your tackle? You still gonna throw that swimming bait deal, or?
It all depends on what the water looks like. You know, I didn't even have that swimming worm tied on when we got there, and you know, as soon as we launched the boats and we had that drive around, in my head, I left myself 5 minutes. Like, as soon as I got out there, I'm like, give yourself 5 minutes to retie that thing up before you start the event. And so I'm kind of gonna go with the same thing. Is you know, obviously I'm gonna keep my basics. I'm gonna have my frog tied up. I'm gonna have my flipping stick in hand. Is how I live. But I'm gonna wait till I get to the place that we go to. I mean, if we're back on the same area, which I doubt, I'll be definitely throwing the swim worm again. But if we're not, I gotta see what the cover looks like, and I'm actually hoping, you know, to get into some flipping and some frogging water.
We've had nothing but a steady diet of smallmouth for, it seems like, months.
Ever.
Yeah. How happy are you to be fishing for greenfish?
Oh, I love greenfish. I hate smallmouth because it requires you using a fairy wand a lot. And I am not a big fan of the spinning rod or the egg beater, whatever you want to call it. I like to fish big line, you know, big baits, and hopefully have an opportunity at big fish. And the smallmouth, they're just not my friend.
One last question, Ish. It's been a while since you've been a daily winner or into the championship round. I think 2013 Summit Cup and Challenge Cup was the last time that you were in that championship round, almost at the top. How does this win today give you momentum going into sudden death and potentially going into a championship round here for 2018?
It's huge. I mean, it's you know, the opportunity of making it to this championship and then even having the world championship, and that right there is the ultimate goal, is fishing and winning the world championship. I mean, it's the cream de la creme. It's the top level of everything that we strive for. You know, you've got the Forest Wood Cup and you got the Bassmaster Classic, and this rates right up there with those events, and you know, it's winning, you know, the world championship, and you can't get there without winning some of these cup events to get there. So I'm super excited to have that opportunity to try to win this event so I can have an opportunity to win the World Cup.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, and congratulations again on your win.